Word to your mother, boys and girls. It's your boy Sniper Wes coming at you here from the oddsbreakers.com on Saturday, September 14th, 2024, with some more free plays for you guys here today. I have 3 plays for you on Sunday. They are going to be in the, actually I have some more leans in the NFL. Maybe I'll just give them all to you and make this a long video for you. What do you guys think? Is that a yes or a no? I think I heard a yes. So, actually, I got a lot of leans for you now, in that case. But I am Sniper Wes. You can find me on Twitter, at @TheSniperPicks. And please like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, as it does help my analytics as well. I'm going to go ahead and jump right into this, because it's going to be a long video if I'm going to give you all my NFL leans, too. So, let's start. Well, actually, I'll start with the stuff that's not NFL. I'm going to give you a WNBA and a baseball play, and then we'll jump to NFL. So, in Major League Baseball, Sunday Night Baseball, I like the Dodgers and Braves over 8.5 runs. We get Buehler and Morton here. The Braves are desperately trying to get in the playoffs. They're one game back of the Mets currently. Charlie Morton, 4.11 ERA, 132 WHIP. Walker Buehler, 5.67 ERA, 151 WHIP. Both these pitchers can get lit up at any time. Both offenses are elite. Shohei might be hitting that 50-50, baby. I hope he does. That'd be history in the making. But I think both pitchers are going to get lit up. It's Sunday Night Baseball. I think both teams bring their bats to the yard, not their milkshake to the yard. And I like the over between the Dodgers and the Braves. It's 8.5 right now. I'm shooting this on Saturday. It might be at 9 on Sunday if you want to bet this, but I do like the over. WNBA, I like the Sky over the Mercury. Right now on Saturday, you can catch them plus 1.5. The 17 and 20 Phoenix Mercury are facing the 13 and 24 Chicago Sky. Now, the Sky and the Mystics, they're both desperately trying to make the playoffs. They're tied for last place, or the last playoff seed, the 8th seed in the WNBA playoffs. So, Phoenix is all but in, so I don't really know that they're going to be all that motivated. But the Sky, they need this game because they're basically duking it out with Washington right now. So I'm going to roll with a more motivated team with the Chicago Sky. I get the Angel Reese's out, but I don't care. I still think the Sky are the more motivated team. I'm going to take them over the Mercury on Sunday night. Let's jump to the NFL. I like, on Sunday Night Football, I like the Bears, plus 6.5, okay? So the Bears had zero business winning that game last week. I'm sure you saw what happened. They came back from double-digit points. They did not score an offensive touchdown. But remember, it's a primetime game. The public's going to be heavy on Houston and the over. And Caleb Williams, I get that he did not look good. Honestly, I think Jaden Daniels is going to be the Rookie of the Year. Caleb, he only had 3.2 yards per attempt. That's historically bad. All this being said, I still like the Bears. It's very similar to, the Bengals. Are the Bears really that bad? And I don't think they are. I think Caleb has a better game here. If you remember Anthony Richardson, the Colts, they put up 27 points against this Texans defense, so they're going to give up points. And the Bears, they got to get the run game going because they did not run it that well versus the Titans. They ran 22 times for 84 yards, so they got to improve there. C.J. Stroud, he is a stud. Love him. Possible MVP candidate. But the Bears' defense is pretty good. It's better than the Colts' defense, in my opinion. And they only gave up 244 total yards to Tennessee, the Bears' defense did. And they sacked Will Levis 3 times, and they created turnovers. So I like the Bears to hang tough here. I realize it's an ugly play, but I'm going to take the Bears plus the points. 6.5 right now on Saturday as we speak. Let's get to the Sunday afternoon games. I like the Buccaneers and Lions over 51.5. So obviously these teams just played in the playoffs last year. Detroit won that game 31-23. High scoring game. It went over 49.5. Tampa, they have 4 defensive backs out right now, so that doesn't bode well for their secondary. Goff, he had a decent game against the Rams, only 217 yards and 1 interception. Actually, it wasn't even really decent. It bordered on bad, to be honest. But he should do well here. St. Brown, 3 catches for 13 yards in Sunday Night Football last week, and he's off a mega deal, so they're going to go to him early and often and try to get their money's worth. If they do double team him, which they might, that'll open up Laporta and Jameson Williams. And, the Lions running game, remember, they ran it down the Rams' throat in overtime. So they can get it done in the air and the ground. And Baker did well last week versus Washington. 289 yards, 4 TDs. So the Bucs offense looks good. And Stafford threw for 317 against the Lions D. So the Lions are going to give up yards through the air. So I think there's a lot of points here. I like the over. It's sitting at 51.5 as I speak right now. I like the Jags minus 3.5 over the Browns. This one's scary because the public's all over the Jags, the Jags. But I'm still going to roll with the Jags here because the Browns just look terrible. Could be week 1 overreaction, but I'm still going with the Jags. As my buddy David Delano would say, if you don't know who David Delano is, you should, because he's an amazing handicapper over at Winners and Winers and Picks and Parlays. But he says he does not think it's going to be a happy ending for Deshaun Watson in Cleveland. Ha, ha, ha. But obviously, there's another lawsuit. Now the Browns are going to see if they can get out of that contract. Who knows what happens there? Browns are banged up, though. No Chubb, no Njoku, 2 starting tackles out, a lot of missing pieces. But Watson, the problem with Deshaun Watson, he holds onto the ball too long. 4.5 seconds per attempt. That's an eternity. It's the longest in the NFL. He got hit 17 times last week, too. The next closest quarterback was hit 11 times. So, I mean, I don't know. Do they go to Jameis Winston at some point? You never know. But, Dallas, I mean, maybe it was just Dallas's defense that made Cleveland look that bad because Dallas does have an elite defense. But the Jags should have won that game versus the Dolphins. If you remember ETN, he lost that ball at the 1-yard line in the end zone. If they score a touchdown there, it's a completely different game, and they could have won that game. So they could be 1-0 instead of 0-1. So I'm going to roll with the Jags. They have the better defense, the better quarterback, and a Super Bowl winning head coach. I'm going with the Jags over the Browns, sitting at -3.5 right now on Saturday. Like the Saints plus 6.5 over the Cowboys. Is Carolina that bad, or are the Saints really that good? I don't know. Maybe it's a combination of both. But Marshawn Lattimore might be out here for New Orleans. That's concerning. He is the spark plug for that defense. But Dallas is banged up, too. They have no Jake Ferguson, their tight end. Trayvon Diggs, he's not 100% yet. Deron Bland is out. He's out till middle of the year. But my question is, can the Saints O-line block Parsons and Lawrence? Because those guys just wreak havoc. But what I think they're going to do, they got to run the ball because the best way to negate a pass rush is just to run the ball. Don't even pass the ball. So they have a pretty deep running back room, the Saints do. Alvin Kamara, Jamal Williams, Jordan Mims, old reliable Taysom Hill. He had 5 rushes for 35 yards last week. So they're going to run the ball. I think they just need to run like the Energizer Bunny and Forrest Gump and just keep running the ball. That way you keep Derek Carr alive back there and keeps play action open, and you keep the ball out of Dak's hands. That's how you possibly win this game or at least hang tough and cover, and hopefully they'll do that. Hopefully that's what the game plan is. It's fantastic public fade because everyone and their mother's on the Cowboys. So I'm going with the Saints plus 6.5. Like the Bengals plus 5.5 over the Chiefs. This is the number one week 1 overreaction in my opinion. Burrow didn't look good. I get it. He was pressured at the 3rd lowest rate of his career, yet completed less than 6 yards per attempt. So what does that mean? It means that the Bengals offensive line actually did well. Like Burrow had time to find guys down the field, but he didn't. And he didn't push the ball down the field either. He kept dumping it off. So that's a problem. Our wide receivers just not getting open. I get that there's no T. Higgins. Jamar Chase, he did catch 6 passes for 62 yards. So, he can play. Maybe he'll have a better game here versus the Chiefs. They're going to get up for the Chiefs too. That's another reason I like them. But, the bulletin board material, I know one of the Bengals guys in their secondary was talking about Worthy on the Chiefs and how you stop him, and the guy's really not that fast, and he goes side to side, not up and down, and get your hands on him, you'll stop him. And Jamar Chase saying they're the team that beat in the AFC. That's not very good. You're giving Kansas City bulletin board material. But I still like the Bengals. They're slow starters. I get it. But Burrow and the Bengals, they're going to be up for the Chiefs. Honestly, last week, I think they were looking ahead past the Patriots to the Chiefs, which is why they lost that game. And I think they show up here. I don't know if they win the game, but I do think they hang tough. I like the Bears. Oh, I told you about the Bears already. Your final lean is going to be Monday Night Football. You know what? I'm going to save this for Monday's video. So let's go ahead and recap all these plays. So I like tonight, or tomorrow rather, I like the Dodgers Braves over 8.5. I like the Sky plus 1.5 over the Mercury. I like the Buccaneers and Lions over 51.5. I like the Jaguars minus 3.5 over the Browns, and I like the Saints plus 6.5 over the Cowboys. That is going to be your free play video today, guys. I hope you do enjoy it. My name is Sniper Wes. You can find me over at Winners and Winers and Picks and Parlays and the oddsbreakers.com. Don't forget to go to the Oddsbreakers. They have a podcast, they have a newsletter, and they have free picks and articles and actually premium stuff too if you want to go purchase stuff over there. I hope you guys have a profitable rest of your Saturday night, and I'm going to go watch UFC over at a buddy's house and eat some barbecue. That's the plan for me tonight, and hopefully all my fights win because I have a bunch of fighters going tonight too. And so sun's out, guns out for the weekend. I hope you guys have a great Saturday night, and I hope you guys win all your football bets for NFL tomorrow. And I will see you back here for a video on Monday. Until then, peace out.